One of the things that comes along with a sin nature is that we are very quick to run towards conflict, and we kind of trust in conflict. We think that conflict is going to get us what we want, or that it's going to lead us to a meaningful life. And one of the things that I see right now is how much we take peace for granted, as if it's not a fragile thing, as if it can't be ruptured. Um, I think that this is one of the really dangerous mentalities in our current time in history, is that we see so many people who are just running towards being provoking and being overindulgent and all these other things, as if peace can't be ruined, as if this is not dangerous. And I think that the heart of this is that people delight in conflict. They delight in controversy because they are so convinced in their pride that they're going to be the winner, that they're going to win this fight. And so they stir up the hornet's nest because it's pride. It's that arrogance inside of them. And the reality, though, is that conflict is always going to be 1,000 times worse than you prepared for. And it's the ignorance inside of us. It's the foolish pride and self-confidence inside of us that thinks that we can be so provoking and be so contentious and loving strife, and that it's going to work out for us. But that is the heart of sin. Sin inside of us really loves fighting. It loves that conflict. And the reality is that within us we have this problem where we expect peace, but we don't expect ourselves to work for peace. We expect a good outcome. We expect a peaceful existence. We expect, to have these peaceful lives, but we don't expect of ourselves to really work for that. We don't expect of ourselves to cultivate that peace. And this is, the hypocrisy of our hearts and of our expectations. But peace is fragile. And I think that the dangerous thing for our generation is that we have lived in so much peace for so long, so much prosperity, that we don't realize just how fragile peace is, and that there is not room to there's not this luxury. It's like we think that there's this luxury in life where we can act with a provoking attitude. We can run towards conflict. We can be over self-indulgence. And we think that there's not a real danger, that the roof of peace and prosperity will remain. And there's this attitude in our generation where we have this luxury of conflict. We have this luxury of arguing and fighting that we think we can afford. And that is completely a delusion. Peace is something that is incredibly fragile. It's precious and it's fragile. And I think our generation needs to be very careful that we realize that, and that we respect that, and realize that all the peace that we enjoy can easily be lost. And be careful that we don't just keep running towards, war and conflict and all these things and being contentious, because we can stir up things that will ultimately destroy that peace.